Power is everywhere. Even when you don't see it, you still know it's there. You sense it. Its pressure pushes in on you. Let's imagine a fictional first visit to a Sunday morning church service in Chicago. As you enter the sanctuary, you're approached by a person known as a greeter, who hands you a clipboard and with a smile asks if you'd be comfortable giving the church your personal information. This seems intrusive. You feel uncomfortable, but you oblige. The greeter then points out to you a pledge on the clipboard that asks you to attend at least 4 Sundays before you make a decision as to whether to make this your church. The church is already making assumptions about you, and you haven't even sat down yet. After some group singing and worship music, a video appears on the screen up front. It plays a popular television commercial with Matt Damon saying the phrase, "Fortune favors the brave." The pastor then steps onto the large stage and notes that the video clip is an illustration for today's sermon. He compliments the congregation for their courage amid the COVID pandemic. He then asks if anyone is depressed, struggling, disobedient, or even lazy in their Christian faith. He declares that Jesus is the deliverer and says this church shall live with courage. He declares that this church, unlike other churches, is here to serve the down and outers. This too will take courage. There's an altar call, a ritual that some churches do, where people come forward to be prayed for. The pastor invites any among the audience who seek courage for their lives to come forward and be prayed for. The church service ends. As you walk out, the greeters smile at you again and thank you for coming. Power was being exercised in that gathering on that Sunday morning, and pressure was being applied to submit to it. Nonetheless, the power was not easy to discern. No one forced you to attend that church service. No physical violence was wielded against you, but social pressure was evident. You were being seen and categorized. A subtle pressure was being applied to conform to expectations by very nice people with toothy smiles. The sermon addressed you, and if you responded by going forward at the altar call, you were assessed and expected to submit to certain behavior expectations. The pastor had a role in this church and had been given much authority. You'd be submitting to that too. In a sense, in that Sunday gathering, you were being inducted into a whole scripting of power in that church. You sensed it, but it was hard to put your finger on.